Well, we have just been given £30 million to completely reform our championship winning squad. Because, to be honest, most of them are League One standards. So let's go out and buy some Premier League quality players. Hello, welcome to part 28 of City Till I Die. And coming up into today's episode, we've got our transfer special and season review, possibly. I'm still not sure if that's going to come up, because it didn't come up last season. So hopefully it does this season. But before that does pop up eventually, then we will go through our next season objectives. So next season, they want us to play possession-based football. That's completely fine. Make the most of set pieces. So again, that's fine as well. Play or actually, it's anyway. All of this is pretty much the same as last season. They want us to work within the wage budget. That's fine. We'll go through the finances in just a second. Maximum 1-year contracts for players over the age of 34. Maximum 2-year contracts over the age of 32. So normally, I wouldn't try and sign old men, but this season I want to try and get some Premier League experienced players, so they might be a little bit older, but they'll come with experience. They also want us to expand the stadium, so that is very good. They don't want us to build a new stadium, but just expand it. But hopefully in the near future we will hopefully look to build a new stadium, so we're going to accept all that. Let's have our end of season team meeting. What do they want us to do in the Premier League? Attempt to avoid relegation, which basically means they think we're going to get relegated, which I completely agree, but they won't be too disappointed if we do get relegated, so I'm not going to lose my job. Right, this could potentially go a bit pear-shaped, because I don't really know what to say. I think I'm going to have a bad reaction to whatever I say. Well done on getting the club promoted. I really think that we can stay up next year, provided we make the right. I think that's a good option. Let's go with that. That's actually quite a good reaction. I wasn't really expecting that. I'm not going to bother talking to them about anything else. So let's let's choose our training camp destination. We can stay in the southwest, or we could go a bit further afield. Let's go. You know what? Let's go. Where shall we go? We've got Algarve in Portugal, Spain, Southwest England. I'm not going to do Southwest because we've been in the Southwest lots of times. Scotland, Ireland, Austria, Switzerland, Netherlands, or France. You know what? Let's go. Let's go Switzerland. A little bit more exotic rather than staying in the Southwest. That's completely fine. Let's just click forward a few more times just to see if we do get any news on stadium capacity. That is very, very good. So 2.1 million it will cost. How much are we, the addition of 650 seats? Okay. So what will the capacity be there? Let's have a look. Let's go facilities. So I'm not sure how this is working. So 7th of July that will be done by, so we can have a look there what our capacity is. Obviously in the Premier League, terracing isn't allowed, so we only had 656. That's not going to be enough, is it? That doesn't really. As a consequence of this conversion, the overall capacity of the stadium will be reduced. Hang on. What's the let's just have a quick look, because I'm not totally sure of the rules of the Premier League, but I'm sure the minimum capacity was okay. Minimum capacity 5,000. I thought it was 10,000. To be honest, maybe that's Champions League is 10,000, but I totally thought minimum capacity was 5,000. Yeah, terracing is not permitted, so I'm presuming just transforming the big bank into seats. So I guess that's fine. We are trying to sell Matt Jay because he's clearly not Premier League standard. We've got potentially an offer in him, scouted a whole bunch of good, maybe quality youngsters. Obviously, I don't really want to spend like over 10 million on a youngster, but we might do. We've got a couple, Paddy O'Regan and Sammy Kingston. They could potentially, Paddy O'Regan. What are you? You're potentially championship. We might use you as a backup if we can't get in, if we can't get another loan out for you. But really, I don't really know what's going to happen to this squad. I don't know if most of these will stay. I might keep some of the, particularly the 3.5 star players. So they'll obviously end up staying with us. Obviously, some people will end up leaving. I don't think there's who is out of contract. It's just Jack Sparks out of contract. All the other players are contracted. So a lot of players will be leaving. A lot of players will be joining us. I ain't got a clue who's going to be staying, but it's going to be a really fun episode. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel and leave this video a thumbs up because it's going to be a very exciting season ahead of us. Or quite scary at times, but I'm sure we'll be fine if we can get in the right players. We'll just have a recap of the transfer budget. So it's just under 30 million. Obviously, that will go up when players leave the club. Wage budget we're currently spending 235,000. We've been given 385, so that's a spare wage budget of 150k. Obviously, as you can see, we've got 3 youngsters coming in, so which I'm sure they will all go out on loan. Hopefully, they've all got decent potential. Don't think they've got Premier League, but I think they've got Championship at the very least. So hopefully we can get some money in for them when we come to sell them. So I think we'll leave it at that for now. So hopefully the next clip will be me taking a look through the end of season review. If not, I'll just come back when the transfer window opens. Well, we are at the end of season review, and as you can see, 1 trophy in the cabinet for this season. Yes, we did get crowned champions of the Sky Bet Championship, which I'm still confused how we did it, but we did it with style as well. So yeah, I don't really know how we've done it. So let's take a look at the signings that we did this season. Obviously, Sebastian Kirk did win signing of the season. I can't blame that. 19 goals, 11 goal contributions. That is absolutely amazing. That is absolutely top class. That from a 33-year-old, actually, that's not a bad performance. 7.28 average rating. And Carlos Mendes Gomez, again, 16 goal contributions, is leaving us at the end of this season. He's joining Motherwell for, I think it was like 1.4, how much million? 2.8 million. So pretty good profit. I consider we've signed him on a free transfer. Very, very good. Then Keon Edwards, absolute brilliant striker. 21 goals, 2 assists. He is out of contract at Nottingham Forest. Whether or not we'll sign him is another question. I would love to bring him in again, but I'm not sure. I really am not sure. If he wants to join us, then he's more than welcome to. Then Darkin Giabi, he was okay. I mean, 7.02, it's actually not too bad. So, okay, I'll take that. 8 goal contributions, not too bad. Wasn't really a regular starter. Sort of struggled to get into the team. Then Bibu, fantastic start to the season when Edwards was out injured. 15 goals from primarily a backup spot. That's not too bad. We are trying to sell him, but it's quite a challenge when players don't have agents. So we might possibly loan him out, might not. I don't really know what we're going to do with him. So Sammy Chuchain, absolutely brilliant signing. I'm actually quite impressed with him. I don't think he's not Premier League standard, but we're honestly not going to know he's Premier League standard until our promotion is officially confirmed. Our spot in the Premier League and the fixtures are announced. That's when we can sort of figure out who's Premier League standard and who's not. And John Suter, fantastic centre back. I'm sure he can definitely make the step up. Possibly not. Then fit back, absolutely brilliant. Did get a little bit hampered by injuries towards the start of the season, but he's fine now. Then Moffat Jamidi, absolutely superb centre back. I would love to get him in, ideally permanently, but I'm not paying that much money. Then Eric, he's an okay player. I'm not sure if he's going to be Premier League standard, so we might possibly look to loan him out, but it all kind of depends on who we can bring in and who we can't bring in. Andrew Fisher, you're a good Championship goalkeeper, but definitely not Premier League. So we will look to get in another goalkeeper. We'll probably keep Fisher as a backup third choice. Bora Explorer, absolutely fine. Didn't have the best performances, but I mean, kind of struggled to get into the team because Josh Kramer was absolutely brilliant last season. So obviously, one of them will end up leaving us, possibly Bora the Explorer, possibly Kramer. Who knows? And George Tanner is another player who's also leaving us. He's joining QPR at the end of this season for 950k. So he's been a brilliant backup. Actually played 21 games, 8 assists, 1 goal. That's not too bad for a backup. Liam Kitching, I'm sure he will play a lot more games. I think he might be able to make the step up into the Premier League. If not, play a couple games here and there, but probably not first choice. And Zoe, just basically pretty much a backup because I think Fisher was injured at the start of the season, so we had to, or it might have been Harry Lee, and both goalkeepers were injured at the start of the season, so it came in as third choice. Did pretty well. How many goals did he concede? Only 30. That's not too bad. I mean, pretty good performance. He's also leaving us. He's joining Troyes at the end of this season for 33.5k. So again, a massive profit on him. So the board expected us to attempt to avoid relegation from the Championship. Let's just say we exceeded expectations with flying colours by finishing top, 8 points clear. So we didn't win it on the final day. We won it like 3 games to spare. So quite surprising. Top goal scorer in the league was Kion Edwards. I'm pretty sure he was the top goal scorer throughout the whole club. FA Cup, we lost 7-2 to Tottenham Hotspur. That's going to be fun when we play them this season. Hopefully, hopefully we could get a draw against them. Possibly, just a tight loss. I'll take anything against the big clubs. Just need to, if we can win a couple games in the Premier League, I think we just need to get off to a good start. The Carabao Cup, lost to Plymouth. Hopefully we can get a little bit further in the Carabao Cup. I might try and prioritise one of them cups over the league, probably. Well, it depends how the league goes. If it's going well in the league, then I probably won't worry about the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. So our biggest win this season was a 6-0 win over Northampton in the Carabao Cup. Does that really count? Come on, it must be a league game. We'll have a look, see what our biggest win in the league was as well. Our match to remember was a 4-1 win over Leicester. That was the second game of the season. That's quite ridiculous. And goal of the season went to Harbour. Let's take a look at this goal because, if I'm correct, this was a pretty decent goal. Was it in an episode or was it not? I think it might have been, but it might have been just after ranking. Played the ball out. I mean, that's an absolutely fantastic goal too, right? That's goal of the season, but probably goal of the series, I reckon, because that's probably been one of the best goal of the seasons we've actually had. So club reputation gone up a teeny bit, 3 stars now. Probably nothing to get top quality players in, but we'll try our best to get in Premier League quality players, but it's going to be quite hard. So annual revenue has pretty much gone up massively on everything apart from competition prize money and match day commercial retail, which I'm sure those two will go up this year. Population, that's got to be a bug. That's got to be a bug. 112 shirts sold. And how the hell is total merchandise sales 439k? That's ridiculous. That must be some sort of glitch because That's not right. No. So popular shirts on the back of people are Harper, Bibu, Appiah, Kirk, and Giabi. No Edwards, interestingly, but I don't think it really matters. So, best 11 this year was Andrew Fisher, George Tanner, Moffat Jamidi, John Suter, and Omari Samuels. No Finn back in the starting 11. That's quite strange. Then we've got Harper and Giabi. That's fine. Obviously, those two switched around. Appiah on the right, Kirk in the middle, Crowmore on the left, and Edwards up front. I can't really fault that. That probably might have been our best starting 11, albeit Finn back in for George Tanner. Then player awards, Sebastian Kirk getting fans player, Edwards getting young player. Would really love to get him in, but he's not available just yet. Obviously, Kirk got signing of the season, Raheem Harper goal of the season. Top goal scorer went to Keon Edwards with 21. Did he not score any goals in the FA Cup? By the looks of it, no. No, he did not. Arvin Appiah, most assists 13. He's a player. I'm in two minds about keeping him. Might keep him for backup, or if we could get in the region of 20 million, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So we either sell him for big, or we keep him just as a backup. So I'm still not sure what I'm doing in terms of transfers. So it's gonna be a bit tough, I think. Jerome Zoet got oldest player, 36 years old. That might get broken this year, depending on who we sign, of course. Eric got highest transfer fee pay, 1.92 million. Again, that will get broken this year. I'm almost certain of that. Billy Cometio, highest transfer fee received, 13.26 million. Let's see if we can break that this year. We might do, we might not. So that's good. 8.6 million. I mean, how much do they actually really want? Oh, is it release goals? Oh, so we'll see. We'll see. We might sign him, we might not. Is he good? He's good championship. I know, we'll leave it a little longer to see if we decide who we want to sign. But I think for now, we'll just focus on selling players. Obviously, 4 players already leaving us. Matt J is joining Wickham for 235k. So with those transfers confirmed, the transfer budget does remain at 31 million. So a little bit higher than it was previously. We've got some clauses we can potentially sell. Obviously, Minelicani, we might just leave that for a little bit longer, just in case he does end up leaving the club he's at. I wouldn't mind signing Josh Key, but I don't think any of them are Premier League stands. So, yeah, I'm still not sure what this squad is going to... This squad might be completely different by the time of the new season comes around. So, I think we'll probably just come back opening day of the transfer window. Maybe a few players will have left the club, and we'll introduce our 3 new youngsters. Well, it's currently the 15th of June and the start of the brand new transfer window. And let's take a look first. See who we've been rumoured with. See if we've been rumoured with any good players. So first up is Nick Waltermaid. He's a German striker. Who's he wanted by? Dumbstruck 98. We'll give him a scout, see if he's any good. He might be brilliant, but I don't think we need a striker. Because let's just announce him now. Keon Edwards is joining us permanently at the beginning of July when his contract runs out at Nottingham Forest. So hopefully he's a decent enough Premier League striker. He says he's only going to be leading Championship. I reckon he can probably make a difference in the Premier League, I reckon. Especially with our sexes. I reckon he could grab at least a couple goals a game, hopefully. But we'll sign another striker as well. Next up, Andre Vidigal. He looks like he could be a tasty player. We'll give him a scout. I remember he used to be quite good on FIFA, I reckon, but I'm not sure if he's any good on here or whether he'll be good enough for the Premier League. Ayub Asau, you're definitely not. we'll give you a scout, but I doubt you are. I mean, you were wanted by Norwich, who did finish third, who did get promoted. Norwich, okay, maybe. If he's wanted by Norwich, I will see what his scout report comes back as, but I doubt he's actually any good, but we'll see. We do have 3 youngsters joining us. There's Matt J's confirmation. He has joined Wickham. Tanner has joined QPR. Here's the 3 youngsters. Hopefully they've got decent potential. Lewis Walsh is a English left back. Yikes. Let's just forget about him. He came in on a free transfer from Arsenal. Casper Wilbraham. See, when they first initially came in on trial, they were showing up as 5-star potential and decent potential. They were all showing up as championship potential. Casper Wilbraham came in on a free transfer from Man City. And Alan Skinner is a striker. Came in on a free transfer from Man United. What's his potential? Yeah. Well, at least they're on fairly cheap wages. That's the best thing then. If they're not good enough in a year or two's time, we can always release them or just get some money in for them, possibly January. Probably loan them out this year. But yeah, I think that's probably the last year we will sign youngsters from a Premier League club. Unless they're like for wonder kids. That's the exception. But at the moment, yeah, he looks good. He really does look good. But we're only allowed to get in 2 loans this year from a Premier League club. We can get multiple loans from elsewhere abroad, but yeah, it's going to be fun. So this is the squad at the moment. I'm trying to get rid of Darko Gyabi because I just don't think he's ready for the Premier League. So hopefully we can try and get some money in him. We'll get the intermediaries on that. Appiah, I kind of just want you gone, but we'll wait and see if anyone makes an offer. It's the same with Bibu. Obviously, Jack Sparks out of contract. Harry Lee, I'm fine with keeping as a backup because he's homegrown. And if Bibu doesn't have an agent, so that does make it significantly harder. So we'll just see if intermediaries find anything. Then if not, we'll just send you out on loan. So I'm not sure who's going to be staying, who's going to be going from this list of players. Obviously, Sammy Shoeshane, I would have loved to get him in, but he's trying to botch him at the end of this season. I didn't realise that. Then Moffat Jamidi might try and get in on loan again, but Crystal Palace don't want him to. So, yeah, right. So, yeah, we're going to be signing at least, at the bare minimum, 10 players, I reckon. Hopefully, most of them are Premier League quality, but we shall see. So, hopefully, by the time of the next clip, so I reckon we'll come back around beginning of July. Hopefully, may have sold a few more players, and hopefully, we will have signed at least one Premier League quality player. Well, it's currently the 9th of July. We've got about a month before we start our first ever season in the Premier League. We have done a little bit of transfer business, not as much as I would have liked, but signing players when our reputation isn't great is actually quite hard to do. We did make offers for players, but they all joined various different clubs who paid better wages. But we have brought in some players, so and obviously a couple players have left. Arvin Appiah joined Parma for 14.5 million. No, is that a new record? I feel like there's a new record, isn't it? Yes, it's a new record. So that Billy Comettia record didn't last for very long, but we have sold him. Players were a little bit unhappy, but now they're happy again because I have signed a replacement for him, and he is probably, I reckon, a bit better than him, or a lot better than him. Then Lloyd Jones has also joined Huddersfield for 1.7 million. So players that have come in, we have signed Aaron Ramsey, not that one. He's a 24-year-old English centre mid or attacking mid. Still not sure what I'm going to be using him as. He's a good League One player, but potentially Premier League. He comes in not on loan. We signed him from Burnley for 235k, and judging by his value, I reckon we can make a decent profit on him. I think for now, we're going to be using him as a attacker mid to back up to Sebastian Kirk, possibly. Now, we already know Keon Edwards is coming in. Decent championship, potentially Premier League, so very, very decent. Hopefully, he can have another great season. Then this is Appiah's replacement. This is Ayub Assaw. He's a 25-year-old English right winger, 4 stars current ability, decent Premier League. He signed from Al Waqwa in the Qatar leagues for 7.25 million. It was a release clause, but judging by his value, I think we paid the right amount for him. We couldn't really pay anything less because it was a release clause. Then next up is Samuel Guijo. He's a 33-year-old French centre-back, 4 stars current ability, decent Premier League player. He comes in on a free transfer from Olympique Marseille. So I reckon so far, so good. So this is what the current squad currently looks like. Goalkeepers, Fisher and Lee. We do have a goalkeeper coming in, Matthew Cox, who will be our first choice goalkeeper. We'll try and keep an eye out on a better goalkeeper because he is only decent championship, but he is only 24 years old. So he might be a decent goalkeeper. Obviously, he does have Premier League potential, but we will keep an eye out for another goalkeeper. Obviously, Fisher is not going to be first choice this year. Probably might be backup or third choice. We'll keep both of them at the club. So right backs, we've just got Finn back, so we will need another replacement for him. So possibly a youngster, but I think back can definitely make the step up into the Premier League. Does have that to be his potential. So possibly a youngster, maybe good youngster with decent potential. Centre backs were actually overloaded. We've got Kitching, who is probably okay, I reckon. I reckon he could definitely make the step up. He's got Premier League potential. Obviously, Guijo, Sutar, who's he's got a bit of championship, but I think he'll be fine. Paddy Regan is a youngster who will be going out on loan, but he does have Premier League potential, so very good. So he's going to go out on loan for this season, then possibly might make his way into the first team next year, like making a couple of appearances here and there. We might recall him in January, don't know. Then Eric does actually have Premier Division defense potential, so we never. I don't know what I'm going to do with him. We might keep him. We might loan him out. We'll see what's going to go on with him. So at the moment, got 5 centre backs. One's going out on loan. I don't think we need any more in that area because we've got 3 fairly decent current ability defenders. So 3 very good who can probably play. What foot is Guijo? Right footed. That's fine. It's fine. We've got a left footer. That's all that matters. Then left backs, we've just got Omari Samuels. Obviously, he got given a new contract back end of last season, so definitely need another left back. Probably another youngster. I'm not sure how good Omari Samuels is. He's got Premier League potential, so that's fine. Centre mids, we've just got Harper, Giarbi at the moment. So Giarbi is going to go out on loan because he's nowhere near good enough. He's a good League One player, not Premier League, even though he does have as his potential. So definitely we need at least 3 centre mids because Harper is a Mazzala, or advanced playmaker, but preferably a Mazzala. So keep an eye out for what are we playing? What are we actually playing? Deep play playmakers. So we'll keep an eye out for a couple playmakers and then just another centre mid. Doesn't have to be Mazzala, but you know that's preferably what I would like to look for. They're right wingers. We've got Rankin and Asau. That's they're both fine. Attacking midfielders, we've got Ramsey and Kirk. Probably Ramsey might actually be the first choice. I'm still not sure about that. Then Kingston is another youngster who does also have Premier League potential. He will go out on loan this season. And left wingers, we've got Kuroma and Ball the Explorer. Did have to give Kuroma a new contract because he was getting a little bit upset. I think Ball Explorer, I like you, but I think we sell you because I just don't think you're going to make the step up into the Premier League. I mean, he does have East League One standard. Then Bibu and Edwards as our striker. We will try and sell Bibu, but That might be a little hard because it doesn't have an agent. Does make it significantly more trickier when players don't have agents. When's this contract end? Right, I think we'll. Hmm. He's only on cheap wages. It won't hurt keeping him around, but if we can sell him, we can sell him, and we can try and get in a decent young striker. I mean, Keon Edwards is 23 years old. We don't really need to get any younger than that. So potentially another experienced striker, more along the lines of BB, but Premier League standard. So I don't know who, but we'll try and find someone. So at the moment, it's another goalkeeper. Got one coming in, but potentially maybe a few more. I doubt it. Maybe one with 5-star potential. Who knows? And a young right back, probably younger than Finn Buck, or a old and experienced right back. Either one of those two will be fine. And same with a left back, old and experienced or young with big potential. Then a couple centimeters, 3 centimeters, maybe similar to the fullbacks. At least one old and experienced, and a few youngsters with big potential is probably ideally first choice centimeters. That's what I need to look for. But at the moment, I have not got a Scooby Doo who I'm actually going to side. So yeah, this it's going to be hard. I'm still not sure if we're going to have a decent enough squad by the start of the season. We've got, when's our first game of the season? 7th of August. I forgot to mention we've got Man City in the second game. That's a little bit fine. I think the first 5 games is fine. It's just October to November. That's the scary months because that's Chelsea, Man United, Norwich, Aston Villa, Arsenal, Liverpool, West Ham if they're a big club. Potentially, I'm not sure if they are a big club, but that's a difficult run of games. If we can pick up at least 10, I think 10's pushing it, but if we can just pick up at least one win, I'll be happy within the first 10 games. I think that'd be fine. We should be beating the likes of Norwich and Luton anyway, because we played them recently in the Championship, I think. So I will come back just before our first league game. Hopefully, I will have assembled ideally a team ready to compete in the Premier League. Well, we have finally reached the start of a brand new Premier League season and our debut season in the Premier League. Who knows? We might win the Premier League this year. I very much doubt that's going to happen, but I think we have signed some top quality players, some players you would not think would join the likes of Exeter City. Allow me to introduce our players, our new players that we have signed this season. I'll start off with the players that have left the club this season. Obviously, Arthur Napier joined Parma for 14.5 million. Lloyd Jones joined Huddersfield for 1.7 million. Just load out the youngsters. And Giabi has also joined Stoke on loan for this season. Borley Explorer did leave us to join Adana for 1.1 million. I think that was that a profit? Yeah, a nice juicy profit. That is very good, and the youngsters have gone out on loan. So starting off with the 4 players that you met earlier, but I'll just introduce them again. Starting off with Aaron Ramsey. He's a 24-year-old English centre attacker with 3 stars of capability, 4-star potential. Good League One, potentially Premier League. I'm not really fussed about that. He just looks like a good player. We signed him from Burnley for 235k. Hopefully he can put in some decent performances. Then next up is Keon Edwards, a player you've met before, so I'm not really going to spend too much time on him. He's a striker. Obviously, he had a loan spell with us last season, 21 goals. I thought that was probably good enough for a permanent contract, so why not? He was out of contract at Nottingham Forest, so what's there to lose? Absolutely nothing, because he was a free transfer. Then next up is Ayub Asal, 25-year-old English right winger, 4 stars current ability, decent Premier League. We signed him from Al Wakwa from Qatar for £7.25 million. I think we might be able to make a small profit on him if we happen to sell him in a couple of years' time. And next up is Samuel Guijo. He's a 33-year-old centre-back, 4 stars, current ability, decent Premier League player. He came in on a free transfer from Olympic Marseille, also had playing experience at Spartak Moscow, AA Gent, Kortrijk, and AC Arleston, where he started off his career. Then next up is the players you have not met yet. Starting off with our first choice goalkeeper, that will be Matthew Cox. He's a 24-year-old goalkeeper, 3.5 stars current ability, 4-star potential, decent championship player, but potentially can be a Premier Division goalkeeper. He comes in from Brentford for £2.2 million. Actually played a whole season at Wolves last season, but he played 37 games, conceded 52, kept 13 clean sheets, so he's conceded 52 goals in 24 games. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's not horrific. He concedes most games, but hopefully that does improve. Next up, it's Will Smallbone. He's a 27-year-old Irish centre mid, 3-star current ability, 3.5-star potential. Good League One, I don't think that's actually right, but he can be potentially Premier Division. He comes in on a free transfer from Southampton, where he's played a couple good seasons in the Championship and played a couple games, played over like 40 games in the Premier League, and then had a loan spell at Middlesbrough where he did sort of all right, but he's not coming in to be our first choice deep line playmaker. This guy is Christian Eriksen. He's a 35-year-old Danish centre mid, 160 caps for Denmark, 40 goals. I mean, that's pretty good. 4-star current ability, decent Premier League. Comes in on a free transfer from Man United. He didn't really get much game time last season. Hopefully he still has it in him to play 38 games a season, and best of all, only 6k a week. I mean, he's like our cheapest player at the club in terms of wages. Then next up is Arthur Masaraku. He's a 33-year-old left back, 2.5-star capability, good League 2 player. I'm not really fussed about that. He comes in on a free transfer from Adana DS, same club we sold Borley Explorer to. That's very interesting. So he's on a free transfer. Previously had played experience at Besiktas, West Ham, Olympiacos, and VAFC. Then next up is Serge Aurier. He's a 34-year-old Ivorian right back, 3 stars, current ability, decent League One player, but yeah, not bothered about that. He comes in on a free transfer from Burnley. Obviously, had that spell at Tottenham, plenty of Premier League experience. That's all I was really looking for. So hopefully he's a reliable backup, hopefully. Then next up is Lamar Ritchie. He's a 19-year-old English centre mid. He's going to be competing with Harper for that Mazzala role. 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Decent championship player, but potentially Premier League. He comes in on loan from Arsenal for the rest of this season. Then next up is I'm quite excited by him. His name is Fat John Bakiri. He's a 19-year-old Croatian striker, 3.5 stars current ability, 5-star potential. He's an advanced forward, so my kind of striker. 5'11", so quick and nippy and small. Decent championship player, but potentially Premier League. He's very much one for the future. Maybe potentially a wonder kid. Who knows? He might be, he might not. He comes in from HNK Gorica for £2 million, quite cheap. And look at his value. We've got some superstar on our hands here. He could be potentially our first ever big money person, and this is the squad going into the new our first Premier League season. So goalkeepers, we've got Cox as the first choice, Liam Fisher as the 2 backups, probably Harry Lee as the I don't know who the backups are. Might potentially look to try and get in a youngster with decent potential. Then centre backs, we've got Kitchen, Gisho, Sutar, and Eric. I think they're all fine. Obviously, if one of them gets injured, obviously we will look to get in replacements. Right backs, we've got Finn back as the first choice, Serge Aurier as the backup. I think Serge Aurier is actually quite decent. 3-star. That's not too bad. Then left backs, we've got Amari Samuels and Arthur Masaraku. Then centre mids, we've got Ericsson, Harper, Smallbone, and Lamar Ritchie. I'm not sure. He's not really a right mid, is he? Okay, he is, but he's a centre mid in my eyes. Right wingers, we've got Rankin and Asal. I think Asal will be the first choice, Rankin as the backup. Then centre attacker mids, Ramsey and Kirk. I think they will probably go with Ramsey as first choice, Kirk as backup, or they might interchange because their current ability is the same. Kingston still yet to go out on loan, so we will just list him because he does have very decent potential. I think Premier League potential, hopefully still, yes. Only current ability of Valorant National, so maybe a few more loan spells for him, then he should be first team ready, hopefully. Babu is going to be going out on loan, obviously out of contract at the end of this season, so he will be leaving us. I don't think he's going to get much game time for us this season, so that's why we're loaning him out. Left wingers, we've got Josh Kuroma at the moment. We are trying to sign another left winger, PK. He's a pretty decent player. Again, only League One standard, but I think that's probably completely bull because I think he's far better than that. But his stats look pretty decent. Let's take a look at him again. So yeah, so his stats are pretty okay, but we can always get in another loan, another left winger in January if we need to. Then strikers going into this season, we've got Thatcher, Bakiri, and Keon Edwards. I think they can pretty much battle out. I think we'll probably go with Keon Edwards to start with, and Thatcher, because he's only 19, he doesn't have to play every game, but in the near future he will become our main man up front. So let's take a look at the season preview. I think it's pretty much, I think we're going to finish rock bottom. That's where it predicts us. So 20th, do we have anyone in the Dream 11? No, we don't. I mean, that is very much to be expected. Who's our key players? We have to scroll down right to the bottom. Ayub Basal and Lamar Ritchie. Interestingly, not Christian Eriksen. I was half expecting that. Who is it says projected line? It's not going to be a 4-4-2, but it will be a 4-2-3-1 with, I think, obviously not Bakiri and Edwards both up front. So I think that's a fairly decent lineup. I think that is pretty much, that's not correct at all. It really isn't. So I think that's obviously, I think the centre mids, yeah, that's definitely not right. So what is the squad going into tomorrow's episode? So we've got Cox back. Yeah, I think what that's maybe not, because Richie's not really I think we'll probably go with this. We'll probably just keep it. Yeah, we'll probably go with this for the first game of the Premier League season. So I think that's pretty much a good, decent. Maybe we'll have him as that. I think that is probably good enough to win our first Premier League game of the season, which is against Fulham. So that will be coming up in tomorrow's episode, as well as our Premier League match against Man City. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.